Hello everyone, good evening. In today's session, we are going to learn about string and output formatting in ABAP. We will also look at a practical ABAP examples and their expected outputs. And let's begin. End of this session, you will understand how character data is represented in ABAP, and you will learn how to manipulate text using its important statement such as its concatenation and condense, and understand about string length, replace, search, shift, and split. And finally, we will learn how to write statement and can be used to control output, including new lines and positioning, spacing, and formatting. And the main goal is to write a clean ABAP and understand exactly how the output is produced. And next, and here let's first understand character data. What is character data? And a string is simply a sequence of characters. It can contains letters, numbers, and spaces, and other text characters also. In ABAP, we commonly work with character fields using its type C. And when the field length is known, and for example, and we can define a character field with a length of 5 and assigning a value hello. And here, and we can also use a string, and when the length of the text is can vary. Okay, the important point to remember and is that type C. Okay, and type C is useful for its a fixed length character fields, and while string provide it's a more flexibility for variable length text. See here it's a fixed length, and my character 5, and that is only it's allow is 5 characters like this. And in case that one is not fixed, then you can use it's a string. And next, and we'll discuss it's a common string operators and ABAP, and several statements and functions for working with text. First, concatenation, and is used to join two or more character values into the single target field. And second one is condense, is used to remove unnecessary spaces from the character data. Third one is string length and replace, and string length strlen can be used when we need the length of the test value, and the time actually will use string length strlen. And replace, and if you want to replace any matching test, then we can use it's a replace. Then search or shift, and we have also, and any such, I think everyone knows when we'll use. And shift for moving it's a character with a field, and a split for separating text into the multiple fields. And we will look at the most important examples in following slides also. And first one is concatenate. Let's look at how it's a concatenate statement will work. Concatenate is used when we want to combine two or more character values, right? In this example, you can see in this example, first one is the title one, and title one 10 characters, and the type is C, it's a character, it's a ABAP. And second one, title 2, it's a program. Okay, then it's a first concatenate title 1 and 2 into dist 1, and concatenate title 1 title 2 into dist 2 separated by space. Okay, in this example, and first dist 1 type C, dist 2 type C. Okay, here actually I missed to write, and some others write statement, but here concatenate, and concatenate first one to second one. And see how it's a two strings, it's ABAP and a program, both are it's a different, right? And the different values variables, and that one is a combine, it's a ABAP program dist one, and the second one separated by its a space. Okay, concatenation separated by space, that's why ABAP space program. Okay, next, Here let's understand condense statement. Condense is mainly used to remove unnecessary spaces from character and data. And for example, if our test contains multiple spaces, right, training area, and second one also training area. So condense test 1 and condense test 2, it's a no gaps. So first one, it's if you will write, if you want to print by using your write statement, and test 1 it's showing without spaces, and test 2 with no gaps, right, and that's why actually it's showing it's a no gap one. Okay, both are it's a combined. This space, unnecessary space is removed, and like this. And the next one will now let's bring the concepts together in one complete example. Here we declare characters variable and use concatenate to combine the values, and the first concatenate statement create a ABAP program. And here you can see it's concatenate title 1 title 2 into the dest 1, it's a ABAP program output expected one, and the second one concatenate title 1 title 2 into the dest 2. Here it's separated by space, that's why it's a in between it is space, ABAP space, it's a program. And third statement the condense test 1 and complete one without here it's a training area, right, whatever we have it's the same way it will come its output. And second one is the condense test 2, it's a no gaps, and in between whatever we have it's a gap, that one it's a removed. And like this is the complete example, and this is useful approach when we are learning ABAP. And first understand the statement and then immediately compare it with the output. And now actually we'll discuss about next, it's a formatting data with write statement. And here write is one of the most commonly used statement for displaying information in ABAP list. It can display character values, number, date, time, and other data objects also. One important feature is the slash symbol. Here you can see it's a slash, right slash value, right. And when we use a slash with the right, the next output start on a new line. That is the main thing. And we can also control the position and length of the output also. In the example first, and we can write statement and display the value on the new line, and second one write at 046, and total it's a 6, and it's starting from it's a fourth character, fourth line. Okay, this is the way you can see it's a ABAP first one, and second one is the 4 gaps, and ABAP is printed like this way. Next we'll discuss about useful write formatting options. And here ABAP provided several options to control how data appear in the output. And for alignment we can use options such as left justified, center, and right justified, and no gaps, and no zero, and using some edit mask also. These are the many what is that formatting options. And first one we'll discuss it's a numeric formatting. And here let's look at how it's a numeric formatting. ABAP provide several options for controlling how numeric values are displayed. First one is the no sign, and can be used when the leading sign should not be displayed. Okay, and here we'll discuss in example that one how it is. The decimal option control the number of decimal places and shown in the output, and how many decimals you want, and round, right, and can be used to control the rounding of for it's a numeric display. And we can also it's a currency unit when display amounts and quantities. And finally exponent, and which is relevant when displaying the floating point values. These are formatting options allow us to present numeric information according to the requirement and report. And next, and here in date and time formatting, and dates can be displayed using different patterns depending on the required format. For example, we may need to a day in the date in a day, month, and year format. and another supported display arrangements also, and time value and can also be formatted using the edit mask in our example. And you can see is in this example, and so time value it's 11:25:38. Okay, and using the edit mask, and we insert separators between the hours, minutes and seconds. And here you can see right time using the edit mask, and here it's a separate like this, right? And the final result is displayed. It's a 11 hyphen 25 hyphen colon, it's a 38. This makes the output much easier for the end user to read it and all the things. And next we'll discuss it's a right example first. Right examples, and here we define it's a two character fields and one time field. And you can see it's a first one, it's n, it's a 9 characters, and ABAP, and m it's a 5 character program. And time type it's a t value, this one, and all command actually whatever we discussed previously, right? And the same thing actually in here, right? But it's a complete example. Okay, I think it's no need to explain much more in this, and I think everyone knows well. Before we finish this session, and let's look at some important best practices. And when learning ABAP, keep your examples it's a small and focused. And why it's a small, and if you will use it's a small code, and then easily in case if you will get any errors or something, it's a easily understand and it will be remember also. If you will write it's a long code, I mean it's a big code, then it will be it's a very difficult to understand, and sometimes even if you are expected result also it's okay, but somehow it's not a that much of effective. Okay, so that's why actually it's better to it's a right focus on it a small code, and then after that it's a together entire it's a small pieces codes into together, and finally and also and so the ABAP code and what is the expected output together, and this make debugging and learning much easier. And the third one it's this one whatever we discussed, and when comparing some operations, and for example such as contents and no gaps and some other, and better to use always separate variables, and if you want to display both results. Okay, always check your ABAP syntax carefully, and terminate ABAP statement with a period, that is the important. And finally it's a format your right output properly, and so that the final report is easy um, for end users to understand, or it's a very easy to read. And the next one it's a finally it's a key takeaways. Okay, let's review and entire session one more time. Character data can be handled using it's a something it's a either it's a type C or and string. Okay, if a fixed one it's a type C, otherwise it's a always it's a string. And second one is concatenate and condense and string length and replace, search, shift and split. These are the operations, string operations we discussed. And then next we learned how write and control ABAP list outputs using the new lines and position, spacing and formatting options also we discussed. And we also looked at the formatting it's for numbers, okay, and dates and times also. The way we to become comfortable with these statements is to practice for each example in this session. Okay, so I hope everyone is understand this one, and thanks for watching this video. Let's continue with the next ABAP topic. Hi, bye, thank you.